This is a criminal case that has caused a sensation in Jiangxi province. She was a gentle teacher, but reduced to a murderous female demon, murdered 7 lives. 20 years on the run. He is the first female devil in Jiangxi. Femme fatale. I am gentle, kind and timid. But in fact, that's the impression I make of everyone. I'm with Pan Jinyan. His long-term control over me. Also take advantage of the collusion and division of labor in Nanchang City. No, I am the victim. Lao Rongzhi was born on December 27, 1974. Jiangxi Jiujiang people. In 1989, at the age of 15, Lao Rongzhi achieved outstanding results. Admitted to Jiujiang Normal School. After graduating in 1992, was assigned to Jiujiang Petroleum Company's sub-school as a classroom. In 1994, Lao Rongzhi was at a friend's wedding. I met Fei Xiying by chance. The two didn't know each other for long. Lao Rongzhi was dared to love Fei Xiying, attracted by the unruly personality. When he found out that Fei Xiying was married and had children, Lao Rongzhi firmly chose to be with him. In the second year of their relationship, Fei Xiying was convicted of robbery and wounding, was put on the wanted list by Jiujiang Public Security Bureau in order to accompany Fei Xiying to avoid the pursuit of the police for 10 years. 20-year-old Lao Rongzhi abandons his family, quit your job as a teacher, decided to flee with Fei Xiying. After Lao Rongzhi and Fei Xiying left Jiujiang, escaped all the way south to Nanchang, Jiangxi. After arriving in Nanchang, the two immediately arrived from the local area. The illegal agency purchased to fake IDs. Lao Rongzhi also uses false identity information, successfully infiltrated into a nightclub job. During the sitting, Lao Rongzhi often has sex with others. They often ask about each other's family situation. After identifying the target of the crime, he used the excuse of human flesh trading, lure each other to a rental house for robbery and murder. While sitting on the stage at a nightclub in Nanchang, Shang, who seems to have a good family, became Lao Rongzhi, the target of the crime. July 28, 1996. Lao Rongzhi uses the excuse of solving hardware softening, lure Shang into his rental house. Just when they were about to have sex, Fei Xiying, who had been waiting outside the door for a long time, suddenly raised her knife, break into the room, claiming that it was Lao Rongzhi's husband who kidnapped Shang. Shang was in the process of being blackmailed. He was screaming for help. Fei Xiying is worried. The neighbor next door heard the bear's call for help. So I took the wires, strangled Zhang's neck, strangled him alive. After killing the bear, 2 people hold them in a bear. The key found on him, going to break into Zhang's house to steal some property. Just as they opened the room, suddenly, Zhang's wife and daughter happened to be at home. For people and 8 eyes, to eradicate weeds and roots, Fei Xiying and Lao Rongzhi brutally murdered Zhang's wife and her 3-year-old daughter. After killing mother and daughter, the two were together again. Lao Rong's father searched the victim's home for finances, and Fei Xiying went back to the rental house. Zhang's corpse, after dismembering the body, put it in a plastic bag. Taxis often deliver plastic bags to victims' homes. After disposing of the body, the two quickly fled Nanchang. October 1997, Lao Rongzhi and Fei Xiying escaped all the way to Wenchu, Zhejiang, due to the failure to find a suitable criminal target. In order to solve the problem of food and clothing, they can only transfer to colleagues at Lao Rong nightclub. During work, Lao Rongzhi noticed his colleagues Liang and Liu, usually dressed beautifully, carrying a designer bag. Then the two were listed as robbery targets. Lao Rongzhi and Fazi should take to innocent girls, lured to a rental house for robbery. After the murder, the two fled again, disappeared into the crowd. 1998, the two suddenly reappeared in Changzhou, Jiangsu. And in the same way, Liu, a certain lured to a rental house for kidnapping. Robbery detention retrospect. When he was kidnapped, Fei Xiying stabbed him twice in the chest. The reason why I was lucky enough to retrieve a life, probably because, at that time, they had extorted Liu 70,000 yuan, and Liu fell into a coma due to excessive blood loss. Lao Rongzhi and Fei Xiying thought that Liu would surely die, so the two left the scene in a hurry. I didn't hit Liu hard, so he was lucky to become the law. the only survivor of the Lao robbery and murder. After leaving Changzhou, Target Eagle and Lao Rongzhi moved to a few more cities. This time I came to Hefei to commit a crime. July 22, 1999, a general merchandise company in Beishui Dam customized a four-pointed iron dragon. The reason is to close the dog. At the same time, Lao Rongzhi uses the same method again. Lure the conspiracy into the rental house. Fei Ziying, who just entered the house and waited for a long time, put the hands and feet of the conspiracy in the dog cage to threaten him to hand over his money as soon as possible. Fei Ziying uses Xu Chuang as an excuse. Lure the little carpenter Lu into entering and leaving the clan. The carpenter just came in. It was directly controlled by Fei Ziying. Then bring it to Yin with a sharp knife. Directly stab the little carpenter in the abdomen and back. And finally, he even chopped off Lu's head with an axe. Hide the body in the freezer bot in advance. Yin was intimidated by Fei Ziying, wrote to notes according to the other party's intention, asked the wife to pay. After real-world friends get the note, Fei Ziying killed the conspiracy again in the same way, and hide it in the refrigerator. After disposing of the body, Fazi should bring a homemade pistol and a note. Come to the underworld, asking for a ransom of 10,000 yuan from Yin's wife. At the moment of life and death, Yin's wife calmly survives. On the grounds of going to the bank to withdraw money, tell him to wait at home. Fei Ziying believes that the other party is still unsure of the life and death of the husband. Don't dare to call the police at will. Therefore, he gave the conspiracy wife half an hour to get out of the incident. Let hurry to withdraw money. Go back quickly. After Yin's wife went downstairs, the first time I came to the local public security bureau, asked the police for help, learned that the other party was armed with a homemade pistol. Hefei police immediately contacted the special police to cooperate. Whoa, real-time capture. Fei Ziying was shocked after seeing it. So many hats uncle. Immediately start a gun standoff with the police. During the confrontation, the police tried to persuade Fei Ziying to surrender. But Fei Ziying not only did not cooperate, he also insulted the police who were present. He said that winning is not good for losing money. In fact, your life is precious. It's precious. Precious. Because Fei Ziying refused to surrender during the arrest and has been resisting with guns. After ad hoc consultations, the police decided to take strong measures to arrest. July 23, 1999 at 12 noon. SWAT bear the brunt of the attack. After more than a minute of intense firepower, Fei Ziying's right leg was broken on the spot and captured. After Fei Ziying was arrested and brought to justice, not immediately, admit your identity information and criminal facts, until 5 days later, after police found two bodies in a rental house. He just admitted to himself and some of Lao Rongzhi's crimes. The method should be deliberately delayed for 5 days. Just happened to be Lao Rongzhi's escape. Create enough time. When the police began to round up Yarong, he has long since disappeared without a trace. December 28, 1999. Ways to respond to intentional homicide. He was shot for kidnapping and robbery. And Lao Rongzhi absconded for 20 years. The time has come to November 27, 2019. Xiamen police use big data facial recognition technology. A prisoner was found in Huli district, Xiamen. Suspicious woman similar to Rongzhi. Extracting the woman's DNA. Discover. It is completely consistent with Lao Rongzhi's biological information. Police confirm the woman is a murderer who has been on the run for 20 years. Lao Rongzhi faces court. Lao Rongzhi refuses to admit to his criminal behavior. During the trial, he always said he was threatened by Fei Ziying. Forcing and deception, he will violate the bottom line of the law. He is also a victim, never hurt anyone. Facing Lao Rongzhi's sophistry, the judge's most powerful objection, strike is a complete and sufficient chain of evidence. It includes not only biometric fingerprint information extracted from the scene, it also includes the testimony of the only survivor, Liu. March 22, 2023. Supreme People's Court of Jiangxi Province. After a long trial of 2.5 years, Lao Rongzhi was sentenced to death according to law, deprivation of political rights for life, and confiscate all personal property. Last effort. Rong Nuan was sentenced to death according to law on December 18, 2023.